my lovely little gemstones, it's Afira, and welcome back to Fluffuary, a month-long event dedicated to standard-side ships of all kinds. This is day 29, Favorite Rare Pair, and for this one, I've chosen character Thomas and Remy. The title is A Sleepy Rainy Day, and the summary, it's been raining for weeks at Camp Half-Blood, and according to Remy, a rainy day is the perfect time to stay inside and take a nice, long nap. Unfortunately, his boyfriend doesn't quite agree. Oh, come on, Rem! I promise it's amazing out here! Remy stood in the doorway of the Hypnos cabin, rubbing at his eyes sleepily. He had been taking a nice cat nap with the patter of rain against the windows lulling him deeper into sleep. Until someone decided to knock loudly at the cabin door and wake him up. He would be angry, but luckily for his visitor, he couldn't stay mad at him. "Thomas, sweetie, I was sleeping." "And when are you not? Look, the storm's parting soon, and there's nothing better than standing out in the rain as the sun breaks through the clouds," Thomas argued, shaking his wet hair and letting small droplets splatter everywhere. Remus huffed, flicking off the water that had landed on his face. "I'd rather not. I was just enjoying my day off in my warm, dry cabin, and I have no plans to change that," Remy told his boyfriend, and Thomas deflated. "All right. Well, I'll see you at dinner tonight, then?" "Yeah." Remy watched as Thomas turned around and walked away from the cabin, and he groaned in defeat. "Thomas, wait." The son of Iris turned around to see Remy running towards him, sunglasses over his eyes as he hooked an arm around Thomas's shoulders, getting soaked in the rain. "You owe me a warm nap and a cuddle after this. Deal?" Thomas beamed, unwrapping Remy's arm from his shoulders to tangle their fingers together, pulling him along towards the fields. "Sounds good to me." The two of them ran out into the open fields, letting the rain splatter around them as they danced around together. He was quickly soaked, but Thomas had been right. Standing in the middle of the downpour while the sunlight broke through the clouds was an incredible feeling. So, when the sunbeams reached the field they were standing in, Remy reached out and snatched Thomas around the waist, dipping him and capturing his lips in a kiss. Thomas squeaked in surprise, but he quickly melted into it. "Told you there was nothing better." And Remy rolled his eyes behind his glasses. Yeah, well, it's only because it's you." They stood back up and Remy held him around his waist. "Now, I think you owe me a little something." Thomas sighed, though he was still smiling. "All right, but I need to stop at the Iris cabin first and change." Remy shook his head, steering them back towards the Hypnos cabin instead. "Nope, you're coming with me. I'm not waiting another minute." "Remy, I need to dry off." "We have towels." "Well, I at least need a change of clothes to sleep in." "I think you'll look great in mine instead." Thomas made a face at him, but Remy just grinned. "All right, fine, if you're so desperate to spend time with me." Remy pressed a kiss to his cheek as they approached the front door of the cabin. "I'm a needy bitch. What can I say?" The two of them quickly changed out of their soaking wet clothes, hanging them over the edge of the bed to dry. Remy threw Thomas one of his bigger shirts and warm sweatpants, climbing into his bunk and beckoning his boyfriend over. Thomas was already yawning as he curled up beside him, resting his head on Remy's chest. He hummed contently. He was warm, and the Hypnos cabin gave him a calmness that made it easy to fall asleep almost instantly. "Thank you, Rem," Thomas mumbled against his chest, nuzzling him. "I know you didn't want to, but I'm glad you came outside with me." Remy smiled softly, kissing Thomas's slightly damp hair. "I should thank you, babe. I was just gonna sleep the day away otherwise. But I'll brave a little rain to see my rainbow happy." Thomas was breathing deeply, fully asleep within minutes of laying down. Remy pulled him close, letting his own eyelids drift closed as well. Thank you all so much for listening to this series. Fluffuary has been an incredible experience for me, and I'm really excited that everyone has enjoyed it. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to make sure you don't miss any other content that I post. If you like my writing and you want to hear more, you can check out the other videos on my channel, or my AO3 link is in the description if you'd like to read them for yourself. I'll see you next time!